Hello, hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your February 2020 overview reading. This is good for you if you're a sun, moon, or rising Sagittarius. And I couldn't help but do like a pink Valentine's-y theme. We're going to go a little bit over everything today, so I hope you enjoy. And before we get started, go ahead, take a moment to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. You'll get more readings from me, more good stuff. And don't forget to check me out on Instagram at Onyx Healing. If you want to know how to work with me, go to onyxhealing.com. And let's go ahead and get into this. So I'm going to lay this spread out and then we will get started. Okay, let's get started with the oracle cards for you this month. And keep in mind, I know that I have some relationship decks on the table, but apply it to whichever relationships you're caring about this month. Reliability. I am reliable. When I say I'll do something, I take whatever that something is seriously. This applies to all commitments, even the ones that may have seemed small and insignificant to a less reliable me. From now on, flaking is just for dandruff commercials and cereal factories. Okay, so this is about really sticking to your word and honoring the commitments that you make. Also, keep in mind, if you have a tendency to overexert yourself and commit to too much, then you're going to need to set some boundaries in order to honor the reliability that you're working into. And the more that, even regarding commitments to yourself, because if you're practicing making those commitments and keeping those commitments to yourself, you're going to have a better time with that in your other relationships. Then we have sleep is a spiritual practice. Oh, yes, it is. So remember, you're doing a lot of work when you sleep. Like, that's just kind of the way it goes for us human beings. You know, we're out in the astral, trying to problem solve all of the stuff that we can't take care of while we are awake on Earth. And so this, if you're having nightmares, you know, maybe a request, just ask before bed, like, okay, I want a spa day up in the astral. I don't want to go to any dark planes, please. So you can request things. So whether that be connecting with a loved one who's passed or an ex that you're trying to resolve things with, whatever. Just keep in mind that you can request things before sleep. If you want more, I have an in-depth podcast episode on dreams, so you're welcome to check that out. The link is in the description box. Okay, so here's the central energy. We have the Hanged Man. Yep, this ties into reliability, consistency in a way that feels really good to you. So what is it that you would like to be consistent with, that you would like to show up for regularly? What is it that you want to build that muscle around? Because it is really helpful, and it doesn't have to be something overly regimented, but it is about a practice. What practice do you want to incorporate into your life? It doesn't mean that you do X, Y, and Z the same way each and every day. It can also be an energetic shift that you're committing to make, that you're practicing consistently. It can be things that are a little bit more abstract, so don't be afraid to get creative with that. The crossing energy is the Hermit. Yeah, so what I'm getting primarily with the Hermit is about retreat, withdraw, giving to yourself, honoring the things that are important to you, being consistent with that. So you have like introspection meets consistency. So really keep up your efforts in February. That's the main thing coming through here. Now what you have shifting out is the Five of Pentacles. This is a poverty card. So this is really, really nice for working through scarcity mindset. Maybe you've been stressing about money or finances or figuring things out. And so the Five of Pentacles is helping you to address the shedding of that. You might still be in the midst of that. Maybe that's what you want to do consistently, is shifting out of scarcity. And scarcity isn't just about money. It's also relationships, time, energy. scarcity mindsets around any one of those things can really throw a wrench into life. So whether this is already dead and gone, or it's something that's still working its way out of your life, you can trust that working on scarcity is going to really serve you in February. I would pay extra close attention to that and shifting out of that however you can. The oncoming energy is the Four of Pentacles. This seems to be a reaction to the Five of Pentacles energy, right? This has shifted out. And so as you're pulling energy back, as you're pulling energy towards yourself, that's kind of a natural contraction that happens. I don't think all contractions are bad by any means. I think sometimes it's really important to pull our energy back. Whether that is financial for you or not, it could just be, like I mentioned earlier, pulling your energy away from making commitments that are overextending yourself. That's a really great practice of pulling the energy back. That's what the Four of Pentacles represents. The material piece is kind of secondary. That's more circumstantial and unique to you. So just bear in mind, it's okay if you're like sitting within your center and you realize you need to pull energy back. That's okay. You can be more conservative with the time, space, energy, resources you're giving in order to recalibrate yourself. Because I'm getting that the contraction is helping you to adjust, pivot, work through things that need to be worked through, and reassess what you're doing and what you're giving. Now let's look at money directly, your financial state. We have the Page of Swords, trying a new thing, doing things differently. In the month of February, the Page of Swords is an innovator, right? So it's about expanding into uncharted territory, or the way you're thinking about it mentally. So this could be a great month to work through belief systems around money and material resources. So again, mindset is a huge piece of that. Do not underestimate the energetics of money. Do not underestimate the energetics of finances in general. So I think that if you pay close attention to your thought processes, to your emotions around money, and start investigating or practicing new ways to approach them, you're going to see some tweaks. And that can go in whatever direction you want it to, but make it a practice this month. Really exercise that hanged man energy with money. And then this is relationships. I'm saying that word loosely. We have the Moon. Okay, so this is confusion, uncertainty, not having 100% of the picture. I'm going to go ahead and clarify this. Daughter of Pentacles. Okay. So I think there's just a lot to focus on. There's somewhat of a splitting of energy that happens with this card that I'm getting. And so the Moon is just encouraging you to not fill in all of the blanks. Don't, and I know this is easier said than done. Don't allow yourself to travel into negative storytelling around relationships right now. There's a lot that's up in the air. There's a lot that's adjusting. There's a lot that's shifting. True for friendships, true for romantic relationships, dating life. It's one of those things that you want to be extra, extra careful with the assumptions that you're making, the conclusions that you're jumping to, right? We're all guilty of this. And so for you, it looks like it's extra sensitive because the Moon is very ungrounded. And because of that, it can create a lot of anxiety. It doesn't have to be that way, but I'm just giving you a heads up that it seems like there's a lot of different things to focus on. So you either need to exercise a lot of restraint around where your mind is going and where your emotions are traveling in regards to relationships, or it's something that you just want to practice grounding and working through anything that's getting stirred up, because this is a really emotional card. So I don't think that you're necessarily going to see a big leap in February regarding your romantic life or relationships. It's more about you getting grounded within yourself in order to temper the Moon and knowing that you're going to come back down to earth. It's not permanent. The moon is never permanent. It's just a stage that we have to go through. It's creating contrast for where you feel really rooted and really supported. So try not to jump to any conclusions around relationships. It's kind of like a wait and see. Just hang in there, just wait, okay? Now let's look at the advice for you in February. The High Priestess, so you want to get, having a clear mind will serve you best. Meditate, practice, down-regulating your nervous system. I know I talk about that a lot. To relieve yourself of anxious thoughts, because a lot of the time that energy is, I'm anxious, and then the brain wants to create a story because it doesn't know where to put the anxiety. And so this is a big meditation card, quiet, getting centered, right? Similar to the Hermit, except this is more intuitive. So your intuition is going to be something that is not emotional. Okay, so that's tugging against the moon. They're both intuitive cards, yeah, but this is way more emotional than the High Priestess. The High Priestess practices neutrality, and so that's something that you want to do in the month of February as well. And then this is what's on the horizon. Five of Swords, this is the end of a struggle, right? So the Five of Swords is nice because it's the battle is over. The struggle is over. Things aren't as hard as they were before. And so I'm just getting for you that the Five of Swords energy is just kind of like you can count on this being a resolution of some sort. So whatever context you're really feeling into, I think that's coming up here. And then to clarify, we have the Lovers. So I'm getting the word support come off of this. This can represent decision making. I'm not getting it. I'm not getting that from this card in this moment. So just know that it's kind of like the connections you have, the resources that you have, the people that you have in your life kind of play a part in you transitioning out. So connections are very, very useful at this point in time. Okay, regarding whatever this is, it's going to apply differently to each of you. Okay, let's get into the timeline, first, second, third, and fourth quarter. So the first quarter of February, we have the Lovers again. Don't be afraid of connection if it doesn't feel energetically expensive. So that's the one thing that you want to keep in mind is you don't want to become unreliable because you're extending yourself, but you also might find that connections are really helpful, grounding, supportive, helping you anchor into your own feelings of support. Capitalize on that. Second quarter, we have the Two of Swords. This is about feeling blind, like you don't know what's happening next or where things are going. That's reflecting the moon energy. All of this introspection that needs to happen in order for you to kind of get back to baseline. And that's why the Two of Swords is coming up. It's kind of like stop peeking around every corner and instead get to the space where you're really centered within yourself. You have a clear mind, and you do that as much as you can without jumping to conclusions unnecessarily in ways that don't serve you, right? Because those are all assumptions. So it's like there's no guarantee that that's correct. So spare yourself the mental torment of assuming things are always going to be bad. And then the third quarter, we have the Five of Wands. This is problem solving. I'm getting a little bit of frustration around things not moving fast enough or things not being the way you want them to in this moment. And so there's some fussiness on this card from what I'm able to see. And I think it's riding off of, like, you get this boost of support at the beginning of the month, and then you're kind of feeling blind and lost. And then by the third quarter, you're like, why won't this work? So I just think that this is about relaxing into trusting yourself, exercising more faith, being open to the problem being solved or finding solutions wherever they might live without it meeting every single one of your expectations that you have mentally. Be flexible, be willing to see beyond the current circumstances for best results. And then wrapping up the month, we have the 10 of Pentacles. This is support. This is long-term vision, legacy, long-term solutions. Again, it's just the middle of this month that's kind of fussy and frustrated. Once you get over here, then things really start to clear up and feel more stabilized. So it's kind of like the moon is calming down, that uncertainty is calming down. So you just kind of want to relax as much as you possibly can. Okay. Now we're going to do a 3-card pick, so you're welcome to ask a question, ask for guidance, clarity, support, whatever you're needing. Okay. Card number 1. We have the 5 of Swords. So things are shifting, transforming, evolving. It's like you're moving out of spaces that you may have been living in before, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And so things are going to calm down. This is a good card to have because it's about, again, it's reiterating it's the end of the struggle. That's what you have to look forward to. So anticipate things being resolved. Anticipate solutions. Anticipate things working out, because then it's like you're going to become a magnet for that happening to you. Speed bumps are inevitable. Hiccups are inevitable. But the energetic relaxation into solutions is how you bounce back faster. Card number 2, we have the 8 of Swords, feeling confined, feeling restricted, feeling like you're kind of out of moves. So again, all signs point to get quiet, get center, go into your intuition. Intuition is not emotional. So anytime you're feeling trapped or stuck or like things aren't working, you really need to look at that and examine that. Is that ultimately true, or is that something you're just telling yourself because you can't see what's up ahead? Card number 3, we have the 8 of Cups. This is about really seeing things from a different perspective. So sometimes, yes, the 8 of Cups can kind of be a rude awakening, like, oop, that's not gonna work. Nope, I need to go in a different direction. So take the 8 of Cups as data. It's just data, right? It's just information that you can use in order to better yourself, better your life, better your experience. It is not bad. It's kind of like you want the 8 of Cups sooner rather than later, just for your own well-being. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. If you did, go ahead, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. And if you would like to work with me one-on-one, you guys know I do cold psychic readings, which means I just do an energy check with you and answer all of your questions. There might be some tarot in there. All of the info is on onyxhealing.com, so go check that out. Or you can take a look at the links in the description box. And until next time, have a beautiful February, everybody. I am sending you nothing but love, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.